James in Los Angeles, California. Hey, James, you're live with Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you for taking my call. Senator Sanders, I wanted to ask you about the new book out by Mearsheimer-Walt. Mr. Hartmann had cut me off the last time I tried to bring it up. It basically conveys that the Iraq War is for Israel. It's being released on September 4th, but it currently is available through Amazon.com, and it's titled The Israel Lobby and U.S. Foreign Policy. And I'd like to pose two questions. First of all, are you familiar with it, and are you going to address it in the floor of the Senate? I've got a representative in the Parliament who's actually willing to launch it there.
James, I'm going to cut you off again because the last time, anytime anybody calls to try to hype a book, I'm sorry, no thanks.
Yeah, anytime anybody calls, right? Thom Hartmann is a liar. Just 2 calls earlier, Hartmann allowed another caller to hype a book. Hartmann is clearly lying in order to protect Israel's image. This is a common trait in mainstream media. Kathleen Christison points out,
Thom Hartmann said, I'm going to cut you off because we don't hype books on this program. And, of course, he had just a few minutes before had allowed another caller to commend another book, which happened to be The Economic Hitman, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, which is quite a good book. But he allowed that caller, that earlier caller, to hype that book, but he wouldn't allow James to mention the Mearsheimer-Walt book.
That earlier caller was Bob in Detroit. Just 2 calls before James.
Bob in Detroit, watching on C-SPAN. Bob, you're live with Senator Bernie Sanders.
Oh, hi, Tom. Hi, Senator Sanders.
Hey, Bob.
I just got done reading what I thought to be a fascinating book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
John Perkins, my old friend John Perkins.
By John Perkins. And not only, after reading it, not only, do we not pay our own people here a living wage, we've turned people in underdeveloped countries or underdeveloped nations into basically slaves of the United States. Have we or have we not? And how can, after reading that book as well, do you think that maybe should be mandatory reading in all civics classes in high school or political science classes at the university level? Thank you.
See what a hypocrite Thom Hartmann is? He allows this book to be hyped, but not the Israel Lobby book. This is what John Mearsheimer had to say about the Iraq War and the Israel Lobby.
The war in Iraq. Both Israel and the lobby itself were 2 of the main driving forces behind that war. They were not, and I repeat, they were not the only forces pushing the United States to war in March 2003, but they were 2 of the main driving forces. Indeed, it is hard to imagine that war happening in their absence. Again, our argument is that the neoconservatives and the lobby more generally played an essential role in causing this war, but they alone did not cause it.